So in this video series, we're going to see how to Dockerize different applications, different technologies, and specifically in this video, we're going to see how to Dockerize an application which is written in Python with the Flask framework. So if you want to learn more about this, stick with me. Hello and what's up guys, Medium Guy here. In this video we're going to see how to Dockerize a Flask application, and then later we'll see how to run the container using a simple Dockercompose file in which we can define our services, our backend services, maybe our database services and more. So without any delay, let's get down to work. So as you can see over here, I have a very basic, simple application written in Flask framework, and it has only a route to the slash which will return hello world as the result, and it is going to be run in the localhost port 8000. So the thing that I'll need to this project to work is written in the Requirements.txt file over here, which is only the Flask dependency to be installed in this project. So if I move to the Dockerfile, you'll see that I'm using the Python version 3.10 Alpine as the base image for the Docker image that I'm trying to create, and my working directory is /app. So I'll be able to copy and add files to the /app and do my things with it. And next instruction, I'm just simply copying the requirements.txt file into the dot, which is the /app as the working directory, and then I'm running a command which is pip3 install-r requirements.txt, which will simply go ahead and install the Flask as the dependency to this project. So after that, I'm just copying everything located in the same exact location as my Dockerfile exists into the dot, which will stand for the working directory, which is /app. So basically my source files of my project will be copied inside the image in the /app directory. And the next and the last step to this Dockerfile will be the command, which will be the Python 3 App.py, which is the name of the Python file that I have in the working directory. So basically this command will be run when I want to create a container out of this image that I'm creating right now, and it'll try to run the App.py with the Python 3, which will then try to run the Flask application on localhost port 8000, as we can see in the App.py file. So the next thing, I'm going to move to the terminal, and the command that I'll be able to use to actually create an image out of this Docker file will be docker build -t. With the -t switch, I'll be able to give a name and a tag name to my image that I'm creating. I'll pass awesome Flask as the image name and the latest as the tag name, which if I didn't pass the tag, it will go ahead and take the latest as the default tag. And the next and the last parameter, I'll pass dot as the directory that my source files actually exist. So if I hit enter, it'll actually throw an error saying that there is no Docker file over here. If I hit ls, I'll see the into app, and I'll hit ls again, and I see over here that my Docker file exists. So I'll be able to run the docker build command, and it'll actually try to create my image and name it as the awesome Flask with the latest tag. So actually it is trying to create my image. It is going step by step, the instructions that I said in the Docker file, and after the steps are done, my image has been created successfully, and actually now I'll be able to run containers out of this image that I just created. So in order to run images, I want to use the dockercompose file. So I'll move back a directory. I have all these files and configurations in my GitHub repository, which of course I'll put the link down below so you can access them easily. And in here I'll just try to create a dockercompose file. It will be a YAML file, and if I say code dockercompose file, I'll be able to have it in the editor for the VS Code. And as the first instruction, I'll say version. I'll path 3.3 as the version. Next, I'll say services. I'll name it as flask _ app. I'll try to define the image name, which will be the image that I just created. So it'll be awesome flask. And next thing, actually, I want to expose a port, and I'll actually map the 8000 in my host machine to the 8000 inside the container that will be created. So that should be it, and I should be able to run the container with this very basic simple configuration. So I'll move to the terminal, and all that I need to do is say dockercompose App.py. This should try to create a network and a container, and with the command dockercompose ps, I should be able to see the running container with the exact same dockercompose file that is in my exact location that I'm right now. And as the result, I can see that Flask app is running and 8000 port is mapped to the 8000 inside the container. So by hitting dockercompose logs, I should be able to see the logs that the containers in this dockercompose file has created, and as a result I can actually see the application inside the container is running and listening on the defined port. So if I go to the browser, I'll say localhost port 8000, and as a result I can see the hello world, which is exactly the same thing that the Flask app is returning in the slash with the get request. And actually, if I go back to the terminal, if I say dockercompose logs -if, which will follow the logs of this dockercompose file, and if ever I make any requests to this application with the localhost port 8000, in the logs for the Flask application, I see that the requests are being logged with the method and the path that the requests are being made to. So with that, that's all for the Dockerization of a Flask application. If you have any questions, of course, I'll be down in the comments section. So this was a very basic setup to create a Docker image and run it as a container. Of course, there are steps to optimize this and run it as the production level container, but that will be out of the scope of this video. Maybe in another video we'll talk about that. I just try to keep it as simple as it can be, so it'll be easier to learn. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It'll really help and support growing this channel. And with that, I hope to see you in the next videos.